Hi, we're here with Chris Zalecki, one of the founding members of the Northridge. Just wanted to touch base, get his thoughts about the Northridge and how it was started. Chris, how are you?
Great, Anna. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
Thanks
Yeah.
for everyone who's watching this video. Hopefully, you'll be able to help out a little bit, or at least understand a little bit about what it is we do and how passionate we are for Compass House.
Yeah.
As far as the Northridge goes,
Mhm.
I stumbled upon a few people in 2002 that had started to get together locally here in Buffalo. And a couple months later, things had fizzled out, and I jumped in and said, "Why can't we get this going again?" And honestly, it's been a blur. Almost 18 years later, here we are with 60 members strong, and there's probably been close to 85 people that have been in the group from one time or another. And we've raised countless dollars for various charities, but we know that through Star Wars Night alone, we've raised over $100,000 for Compass House, which is great for a local organization. And we've understood that they rely on donations just to keep their group functioning and provide the services that they do. We're proud to be able to give a little back to them.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your most memorable Star Wars night memories?
Well, my friends will laugh at this because I never have one. It's usually a few, but I've been fortunate enough to be able to throw out a first pitch at several Star Wars nights to start the game. All three were strikes, by the way. Not easy to do in a costume. Um, I've also been able to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" as in costume. And most memorable was a year where one of my batteries that runs a fan inside my helmet had popped, left me with a little burn on top of my head. But I was a trooper. I cleaned up and I went back out there and made people smile and helped raise some more money. And the next day I took care of it.
Yeah, it was a little bit more than just a little burn.
Yeah, it was a third burn. Looked pretty nasty, but it was well worth it. There's no pain while it happening because the cheers from the crowd, the smiles from the kids, the high fives. My friends sweating next to me during probably one of the hottest days of the year. Hanging out with everybody afterwards and grabbing a bite to eat. Just overall, the atmosphere of Star Wars Night is something that it truly does only happen once a year, but you don't get that vibe anywhere else throughout the year. It's amazing.
Had some memorable moments on the field as Darth Vader. Do you have any that really stand out as a favorite?
Um, Probably a couple, yes. I've been fortunate enough that I recall after seeing Rogue One, I stood up as soon as it was over and yelled in the theater to Brian, "That's what I want to do. I want to be Vader mowing people down." And thank you, Brian. You made my dream come true. My other one would have to be when I got to fight my son on the field. It was very brief, but his first year ever dueling on the field, he got to take a couple swipes at me and be rescued by a more seasoned Jedi before he took a beating from me. But those will stick with me forever.
And now he is part of the group, and he's been trooping with us and costuming. And has he talked about that? Has he said anything about how he feels about it?
He was really looking forward to this year because he had a lot of ideas in mind. We actually talked about this yesterday, that Star Wars Night has been half of his life. He's been involved with it. He started when he was 7. He's been helping with videos, whether he's running in the back or line or, just being helpful, being there. And now he's got a chance, now that he's older, to actually join us on the field. But he was really looking forward to some, extra twirls and a couple kills, maybe just an extended speed section is what he called it, with his double-bladed lightsaber. He just wanted to show off a little bit.
Star Wars Night 2020 obviously has been postponed. We don't have a rescheduled date. We're just still on waiting to hear what's going on with the pandemic and minor league baseball and what kind of precautions that they need to be taking in order to resume the season. When did you find out about the postponement?
Well, as one of the planners of the event, I kind of knew a little earlier on than most people. I wasn't shocked by it just because of COVID. We all need to stay safe. Our health is above Star Wars night. We are saddened by it. But I was okay with Star Wars night when it should have happened. So I realized it was a rough day. I suited up. I got my Vader, and my kids joined us. We stood in the corner and waved to some more cars. We actually had one car who stopped just take a picture. One picture took the place of the hundreds that I normally take on that night. So it meant a lot to me.
Nice. That was really cool that you were able to do that. I was really excited to see your post that you were planning on dressing up as Vader. I mean, that was just really cool. That was really exciting. So thank you for doing that. So some of the different charities at the Northridge helps out with and raises money for, it's not just all Compass House. We've raised money and participated in different kinds of events for different charities.
We've worked with Make-A-Wish, we worked with Compass House years back. There's been some of them are national ones that get a lot of funding from all over the country, and we have to stumble, being a local charity, so those dollars stay right here. Every dollar that we raise just by taking a picture with people, it stays here to 21 in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And they're part of a larger organization. Not many people know, but when you go to Tops, there's a little yellow sign there. It looks like somebody's hugging people with their arms open. That's the National Safe Place. Kids can go there just when they're feeling trouble at home, or maybe they're unsafe, or maybe they're just have troubles in their life. We really feel for those kids and young adults. But that's why it's a constant reminder when we drive by the store that that's what we're helping. We're helping this great organization.
And why Vader? What inspired you to become Darth Vader?
He's always been my favorite character growing up. He was the big bad guy and very intimidating. I figured I didn't have a career as a model with this mug, but so I figured I'd put a mask on and see what I could do to cheer people up. But it's actually evolved. It's taken a long time to get the costume to where it is. But Vader, just being a favorite character, I was drawn to him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily just the bad guy, but he was also a leader. And that's how I consider myself, is just kind of a natural leader in some ways. Mm-hmm. But it's something I love to do. I will answer everybody's question. Yes, it's hot. And if you want to ask how Vader pees, that's my secret.
Do you ever get asked that?
Every single event.
Do you really?
I do.
I had no idea. Oh, now, how long has it taken you to get Vader, to get the costume ready and to get it where you want it to be?
It's been about 16 years since I started trooping as Vader. It started as a handmade costume that was built in 1982 that I, slowly replaced parts and built it up and swapped out helmets and swapped out armor, cloaks, undersuits. It's not a cheap hobby. I justify it because of the passion that I have for wearing the costume and for being able to use that costume to draw attention for charities like Compass House.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And for sharing your love of Star Wars, the Northridge and Compass House. And, although that Star Wars Night 2020 has been postponed, if we're not able to have it this year, then we'll just have to make 2021 the best ever.
Yep. We'll have 19 kills for Vader.
Oh, how many did you have that one time?
I believe it was 18 on the field at once.
Really? Wow. That memory's come up for a couple of people so far. That was a really fun thing to watch. That was exciting.
It was.
Yeah. I could almost see your smile through your mask. You're having so much fun. All right, Chris. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.
All right, thanks. Bye, everyone. Please click, share this post, share it to your friends, ask for a couple bucks. Take your pop cans back if you can, but be safe doing it. Thanks for your support, everyone.